Oh hi, didn't see you there. I'm just kidding, I saw you perfectly, because I'm wearing my RayNeo X3 Pros. Huh? So these are the RayNeo X3 Pro AR glasses. They're RayNeo's newest AR glasses that are powered by Gemini AI and the open AR-DK platform. So RayNeo's slogan with these babies is Beyond Human Vision, which is basically a preview of what AR tech will look like in 2030. And if this is accurate, it's gonna be cool as fuck. Now, I'm not an AR spurt, and I'm not gonna claim to be an AR spurt. I'm not gonna give you the atomic breakdown of the waveguide nanolithography technology that these things use, which is actually a real thing that took me 10 minutes to learn how to pronounce. But what I am is a dude that lives a pretty average life, so I'm gonna focus on the most useful features that I found while wearing them every single day for about a month. I've traveled with these, I've worked with these, and just genuinely try to see like how realistic they would be for the average person to wear every day. Because I've seen the Meta glasses, and I was considering grabbing a pair for recording like actual repairs and car content, but the drawbacks of being locked into that Meta ecosystem and only having a display in one eye was kind of a deal breaker for me. So when RayNeo reached out to me and was like, hey, do you want to review these, new X3 Pro AR glasses, I was like, well, were you actually expecting me to say no? It was perfect timing. What specifically interested me about these was the fact that they use the AR-DK platform. It's an open Android platform that's like anybody can develop for. So that means you have access to way more apps and potential apps compared to just using Meta's glasses that are just Meta's social apps. And you're also able to support independent devs. I also didn't like the idea of having to wear a wristband to control the glasses. I don't want something else to lose. I lose things frequently. I lost my wife to Lupe, so I can't even keep the most important things. I don't even know where they are, so there's no way I'm gonna remember where a wristband is. These are controlled by touching the arms. So you see the little dots right there? They're like touchpads. So on the left side is the volume, and on the right arm, you scroll, and that's how you kind of go through the apps. This is what you'll probably be using the most, and you tap it to go to the home screen and all that stuff. So I kind of like that way more than having a secondary device to control. Now, admittedly, I was already biased towards RayNeo because of my positive experience with the Air 3s Pros. If you haven't seen that video, you should check that out. The Air 3s Pros are more like a portable monitor rather than a full AR experience. So it's something you want to use when you travel or whatever. These are something that you'd wear like throughout the day, actually traveling, doing whatever. It's more of it like integrated into your daily life. Whereas the other ones are just like entertainment devices. So you can watch Portal playthroughs. Whereas these are like a standalone AI companion that you wear everywhere. And I know I said those two letters, I know, but believe me when I say, trust me when I say this, I'm staking my reputation when I say this. This is what AI should be. This is functional AI. So these have Gemini built into it. I use Gemini on my iPhone. That's the one I use. I don't use ChatGPT, I use Gemini. So I am admittedly biased towards Gemini. I use it frequently. You're able to call up Gemini anytime you want by saying these two words, which I can't say right now because it will call it up and interrupt this recording. And I can ask it the weather, I can look up facts and all that stuff, do math, whatever I need to do, I can do with the glasses themselves. And this saves me the time from like having to rip out my phone every single time I just want to like check the weather or whatever the hell I want to do. And I didn't think it was going to be a big deal at first. It was like, okay, everything has AI now, but it turns out I used it way more than I thought I would. Just because, again, just freeing up my hands and being able to just say it. Hey, RayNeo.
Morning. Looks like it's a lovely day in Massachusetts.
When did the Ferrari 1 laptop come out?
The Ferrari 1 laptop was first announced in September 2009. It was set to be available in October of that year.
And another fine example, I'm trying to figure out what bits I need for my Steam Deck here to take it apart. So I just say, hey, RayNeo.
Good morning. What can I help you with?
What screwdriver bits do I need to take apart a Steam Deck?
To take apart a Steam Deck, you'll most likely need a Phillips head screwdriver and a Torx head screwdriver, specifically the T6 size. It's always a good idea to check the specific screws on your Steam Deck before making a purchase, as tool types can vary slightly.
So these are powered by Snapdragon AR Gen 1. So the response time is pretty fast. There's still a little delay, but for what it is and for how like thin it is, it's completely acceptable. Again, it's faster than if I were to rip out my phone and say something. One of the most useful things was the built-in navigation. So I'm not sure if I can actually show it on the screen, but you just say where you need to go and it like has a little arrow at the bottom. So the screens are located right here. You can probably see that. It just has a little arrow and then it has 4 speakers where the beautiful voice, the AI voice, just whispers in your ear and tells you the step-by-step directions of where to go, like where to turn and all that stuff, and like the little arrow follows. You can see the map in the bottom right. Super helpful. I used it in Boston the other day when I was going to my friend's Christmas party, and they're not distracting because, again, the screen is down here, like down there. So where my speedometer and all that stuff is, that's where the screen was. So as I'm navigating, I can see it in my peripherals of where I need to go. Super helpful. Also, the fact that there's 2 screens instead of just 1 screen, so the meta displays only have a screen right here, it makes it easier and more comfortable to view. So with the meta displays or the old meta glasses, I would get motion sickness, or like I felt like I was going cross-eyed trying to like operate it. It was very weird. It felt unnatural. But hands down, the most impressive feature about these was the real-time translation, especially if you travel like I do, because it actually worked. These things can translate 14 languages with like very little delay. Insanely helpful if you travel like I do, and the meta displays can only do 4 languages. So that's a huge W for RayNeo when it comes to everyday use. I tried out the translation feature with Lupe, which you can see how that worked out here. Is your new engine working well?
Sí, el vagón está por la nube.
How far did you have to go to get that?
Yo cogí 3 horas para llegar para buscar el motor.
That's a long time. It worked very well. It's also super helpful if you need to record meetings, because it takes like 2 seconds to actually open up the AI recorder, which is one of the apps that comes with the glasses. It provides a smart summary when you're finished. So if you need to like find a word that you said or see whatever, it has that built into it, which is very helpful, especially on like Zoom meetings where you don't know what the hell's going on. You have to like read about it afterwards. Being able to record video is one of the biggest purposes of having these. I'm sure a lot of you out there are agreeing. So this does have that Sony IMX681 sensor and an OV spatial camera. So it supports up to 4K photo capture, and it has multi-frame noise reduction for low light shooting. I'm gonna put a sample of the video here. I took a bunch of videos, and I mean, you can see that the quality is up there, especially given the fact that this sensor is so small and it's right there. The quality in the daylight specifically is really good. It's good enough for short form content. Like you can genuinely use these and probably start a channel just doing this. That's obviously my favorite feature by far of these glasses, is being able to record like that. The video is limited to vertical, but that's the case on every AR glasses. They just don't do horizontal long form video yet. So for a content creator, if you're a short form content creator, it's great. If you're long form, these aren't gonna be for you. The lengths of the video are limited to 9 minutes compared to the meta displays, which are only 3 minutes, which obviously is a plus. Now it's not gonna look as good as a phone camera, because that would mean having like a giant lens attached to your face, but for what it is, it's perfectly acceptable. Recording video doesn't obstruct your vision either, and the recorded audio is very clear. It's perfect for like vlogging. Showing how-tos, maybe, with your hands freed up, which is exactly what I plan on using it with. So I will be genuinely using these in content going forward. So every time you see like a POV, it's these glasses in all my like future content, which is gonna be insanely helpful, because you have no idea how hard it is trying to hold a camera and try to screw, and like you have to, you know, it's like, I'm trying to screw it in the thing, and then Lupe has to like, it's gonna be nice to have these to do that. Oh, teleprompter, yes, there is a teleprompter. Can you see my teleprompter? I'm teleprompting right now. So there's a teleprompter pre-installed that you can access through the RayNeo AR app, and it scrolls by following each of your words. Now, this entire time, as fast as I've been talking, it's been keeping up with it. And if you go off script, which I have a few times, it pauses until you continue. Super helpful for presentations, or if you're trying to record content with a script, it comes in handy. And as long as you feel comfortable wearing these in front of other people, which I mean, they're super comfortable. The weight, it's 76 grams. I think the Meta displays are lighter. I think it's like 69 grams. The weight distribution is like 50-50, so there's never too much pressure on your nose or your ears at a given time. For those of you that have prescription glasses or prescription lenses, you can order them through one of RayNeo's partners. Now, do you remember when I said this is just a glimpse of what the tech would look like in 2030? Well, the battery is unfortunately limited by the tech that we have now in 2025. So these have two 255 milliamp batteries with a runtime of about 5 hours total. And they can charge from 0 to 100% in 38 minutes, which is super fast. So that's we actually tested it and it's correct. But just like every other AR glasses right now, they're limited, like severely limited under heavy load. If you're watching a YouTube video, you can only expect like 37 minutes of usage out of these things. But while I was using them like on and off, throughout the day, doing recordings, translating, listening to music, and like navigation, it lasted about 5 hours at a time, which isn't so bad when you plug it in and it charges like that, 38 minutes to 100%. I don't even like charge them to 100%. I just charge them to like 70, 80 or whatever, and I just keep using them. So that's kind of the trade-off, I think, with the weight savings that you have here. Current tech just simply doesn't allow for bigger batteries without making the things like bulky and uncomfortable. But again, these aren't meant to be like portable monitors or entertainment devices like the Air 3S Pros. They're meant to be a portable assistant that kind of just integrates into your daily life rather than like distracting you from your daily life, which I think they do incredibly well. I think RayNeo nailed it with these. The only things that I don't like, they're very reflective, as you can see right here. Very reflective. So they're reflective inside and out. Unfortunately, that's just the limitation of the display tech. The display itself is reflective. It is what it is. The previous version of these, the X2s, were already like widely regarded as being the best AR tech in the industry at the time. I think these did a very good job of following up with those. And the fact that it's Android-based with an open dev platform means it has infinitely more potential compared to the Meta displays, which are $799. The cost of these,
$1,099. But after using my discount, you can snag them for $1,000. And RayNeo has an Explorer program where you can just trade in your X2s or your Meta displays and pay $300 for the X3s, which is a pretty sick deal.
but this is the thing, you have to step back for a second and understand that these are luxury tech. This is luxury tech. In 2030, I'm sure the goal is to have these to be like $200. But right now with this tech, that's what it costs. So considering the amount of tech it has and the advantage of not being confined to Meta's ecosystem, I think it's reasonable. If you're looking for cheap glasses, don't get these. If you're looking for glasses that legitimately integrate into your life and are like the best of the best right now, get these glasses. Because it's not even like a matter of do they work or not, it's like, are you ready to have these integrated into your life? For me, the answer is yes. I love these things, honestly. They're when you put them on, if you've never worn AR glasses, your first instinct is to just say, holy shit. That's my genuine first reaction. So the more I use these, the more I get acquainted with them, the more I like them. It's a little hump to get over at first if you're new to the AR industry, I guess, AR tech, because it's a little weird at first. But if you give it some time, you have 30 days, money back guarantee, so give it some time. Especially if you're shopping between the two, in my opinion, it's a no-brainer to get these versus supporting Meta and just confining yourself to Meta's social apps, because you are severely limiting yourself to whatever Meta brain rot apps they're forcing you to download. If you want to check these out, I'm sure I'm going to have a link in my bio or in the description. Just let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to answer. And shout out to RayNeo for actually letting me review these things. I'm one of the first reviewers to get my hands on these. And again, I'm not an AR spurt, but I am a normal dude. So this is a normal everyday review of what you can expect if you grab these. And again, I think they're cool as hell. If you're already in that price range and you already want to take care of yourself with a luxury AR item, it's a no-brainer. Like this is it. This is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this.